6 feet 7 inches, number 21, Tony Snell. In the middle, standing 6 foot 11, number 31, John Henson. Starting at the other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 6, Eric Bledsoe. At small forward, standing 6 foot 8, number 22, Chris Milton. Assistant forward, Greece, number 34. The head coach of number 14. Once again, your Milwaukee Bucks.
We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with a win. They've handled this matchup nicely so far, up 2-0 in the season series.
Guys, there's so many great scorers in our league. It makes it tough to get stops, but somehow they were able to do it consistently in that one.
The reason why their rotations were quick, they prevented easy shots and they kept their opponent out of rhythm.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Hawks, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Collins, and it's Dorsey in at the shooting guard position. At this point of the season, the length of the NBA schedule really starts to impact rookies. Let's call it that rookie wall. When you were a rookie, did you hit that wall? Did you feel that wall?
Yeah, I did. I remember a West Coast trip in January on the West Coast playing the Lakers. It just feels like your legs are moving in mud. I mean, no matter what you do, the proper rest, icing, massages, you never could get traction. And then all of a sudden, in about 2 or 3 more weeks, you start to feel better.
Prince's shot is good.
No one rotating over to help on the mismatch. Easy lay-in.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. On defense, the Bucks, 4-point game. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Communication seemed to be missing, and if you want to come away with a lot of wins, you have to have that.
Now here's Prince. He's coming off a 22-point game against Charlotte.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Bledsoe against Schroeder. Bledsoe with 20 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
They finally hit one after missing 3 straight.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer.
Well, Kevin, we talked at length about how they plan to contain this excellent offense. He said, you know, our opponent changes, but our principles stay constant. It's about denying high percentage shots and layups and open threes. If we can make them shoot contested jumpers, and they make them, we'll tip our caps to them. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, nice work. Holding this offense in check will not be a simple job today.
Especially if they're allowed to get off to a quick start. If they get into a rhythm right away, it's almost impossible to get them out of it.
This team, they like to attack quickly before the defense gets set. So you have to be ready for that and be fast to get back on every possession.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Tremendous work inside by Dennis, using every inch of his frame to finish.
Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Yep, that one goes.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. Opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. He knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
Now here's Bledsoe. 5 points in the game. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Schroeder kicks to Dorsey. Dedmon dishes to Schroeder. Collins, a screen on Bledsoe. Schroeder passes to Prince. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And it's good for 2.
And Schroeder becoming a more consistent floor general out there.
Bledsoe against Schroeder. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. That one drops for him. Bledsoe's got 7 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Schroeder against Bledsoe. From deep, Prince. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Right through the D for the layup. Antetokounmpo's got his first 2 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Schroeder kicks to Collins. From deep, Prince. Rebounded by the Bucks. Bledsoe outside. Outside, Antetokounmpo expanding his range. Milwaukee the rebound. Schroeder against Bledsoe. A second chance effort. Passes it to Snell. On the 3 off target.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And Dorsey kicks to Prince. Another miss by Prince. Milwaukee leading by 3. Dishes it to Henson. Hits the front of the rim and out.
No one near him. That's one he's got to hit. One he usually hits.
Stolen by Henson. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the shot goes down.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Prince in the corner. From the arc. The rebound by Middleton.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Dorsey on the money from 12 feet away. Dorsey's got his first bucket of the night.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And one thing you notice with Giannis is just how much better this team is with him on the floor. What he brings on offense and defense is as huge as any player in our league. Yeah, getting to the line more and more. Proof that Giannis is consistently being aggressive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Zeller, he's checked in for Henson. And it's Terry in for Tony Snell. Prince's shot is good. And Greg, with Giannis, the team is so much more dangerous with him on the floor offensively, and the numbers back it up.
Yeah, Giannis, one of the few difference makers who can impact the game on both ends. Causes a ton of turnovers with his D, but also can facilitate or carry a team with his offense.
Here's Schroeder after Eric Bledsoe's score. Plumlee dishes to Schroeder. Plumlee with the screen. Prince outside. 4 on the shot clock. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
They double-team Bledsoe. Here's Zeller, and he slams it down right on top of Miles Plumlee.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business, absolutely. That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Now here's Schroeder. 17 points for him last game against Charlotte. The rebound by Middleton.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without foul.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
Here's Terry. Got a hand on it. They retain possession. And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Antetokounmpo's got his third basket of the night right there. Now here's Schroeder. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Milwaukee with the ball. 6-point lead. Zeller, a screen on Schroeder. Bledsoe kicks to Terry. Bledsoe passes to Zeller. Lets it go from 14. Kicks it out to Terry. He dishes it to Zeller. Tries again. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Feeds it to Dorsey. Schroeder outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Dennis Schroeder very slippery with the ball in his hands.
Oh, yo, you see the quickness, Kevin. He can get wherever he wants on the court. It's all about finishing when he gets in there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Jabari Parker comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Brown in for Eric Bledsoe. Now here's Zeller. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Here's Antetokounmpo. A reverse. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Thon Maker's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And a change for the Hawks. Taylor's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Now here's Taylor. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points. Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from three.
Terry against Taylor. Terry dishes to Zeller. Parker outside on the wing, Brown. And Zeller kicks to Brown. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Bucks lead by 7. Atlanta's shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Plumlee with the screen. Muscala, the pass to Delaney. He feeds it to Taylor. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Bucks leading by 7. 1:27 left here in the first quarter. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Terry's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Taylor inside. Terry covering. Good.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Pick by Zeller. Terry dishes to Brown. He kicks it to Zeller. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. In fourth, the Bucks.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
And so it's Atlanta with it. They trail by 7. And there's the pass to Muscala. Back to Taylor. There's a screen. Milwaukee with the rebound. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the first. Delaney kicks to Taylor. Back to Delaney. Lets the three fly. That shot is off. It's been all about Eric Bledsoe for the Milwaukee Bucks. Willing his team to a successful quarter performance, he seemed to stop at nothing to push the momentum. Right back after this break. And welcome back as we continue our St. Paddy's Day broadcast. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Control the boards, and you control the flow of the game.
The Hawks trail by 7. Parker is at the 3 with Maker at the 4. Terry is out there with Brown, and it's Zeller in at the 5. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Fires the 3. Shot by Taylor, no good. The Bucks shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. The dish to Zeller. Plumlee with the steal. Terry against Taylor. Can't hit that one. And Milwaukee will come the other way. And a big story for the Bucks team is that they are slated to play their last season here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. And then starting in 2018, they'll be playing next door at what should be a beautiful complex.
Yeah, and it was part of the plan to keep the Bucks happy and playing here in Milwaukee. The goal is to have the venue act as a new centerpiece for the downtown district, and it seems like a fantastic place to build a state-of-the-art NBA arena.
The Hawks trail by 7. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Plumlee, no luck.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Taylor against Terry. 5 to shoot. Back to Parker from downtown. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And Plumlee kicks to Delaney. Pass to Taylor. Here's the screen. Plumlee with the screen. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Rough start to this game. Hits one bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
Zeller setting the pick for Terry. Shot off the screen, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Taylor passes to Muscala. Back to Taylor. In it goes. That's his third bucket. He's missed 5 so far. Bucks leading by 10. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Shot by Terry, no good. Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to show.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and that one they showed neither.
Also, they were late with their rotations for most of the evening. Gave up a lot of easy points.
The Hawks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And, Steve, it seems like the league is going more up-tempo, more offense, better flow. What makes the biggest difference to a team, in your opinion, as far as unlocking a great scoring potential?
I think when you have guys that can go up and down and you have 5 guys that understands the game, high basketball IQ, versatility. Let's take the Golden State Warriors. Let's take the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have 4 or 5 different guys that can lead them in scoring, lead them in assists, and lead them in rebounding. That makes the game fun to watch.
Best teams are always like that, though, aren't they? Got a lot of different ways to hit you.
Yes, and versatility. They can play small, they can play big, they can slow down, they can win on the defensive end, or they can win on the offensive end.
Parker outside. Henson with the screen. Parker inside. He's covered by Muscala. Parker's shot is off. Here's Delaney. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Uskala dishes to Taylor. The shot from the low post is good. And now just a 3-point Milwaukee lead. Now Terry. Henson with the screen. The feed to Snell. Stripped away. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Delaney. And he finished it off with the lay-in.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And the Hawks with an unselfish offensive style. Players in motion, a lot of spacing, and Steve Smart shot selection.
Yeah, it is. But what they really need is they need more shooters and playmakers. They don't have enough of them. Right now, their offense is predicated on guys who have a high skill level.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Eric Bledsoe comes in for Jason Terry. Taylor. And the whistle blows, so a jam's here for a three-point play.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop. You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Six to shoot. Stolen by Bledsoe. Snell kicks to Bledsoe. And it's Henson atop the key. There's the steal. Here's Dorsey. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you look at the Bucks in this roster, and the one constant at every position, length. I mean, great height and wingspan. Giannis and Maker, just to name a few.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Atlanta. And when so much of the NBA is trying to capitalize, Greg, on small ball, the Bucks said they're going to go for tall ball if they can make it work.
And what the length and height gives the Bucks is a few things. One, you get matchup advantages at least at a few positions on the floor. Great coverage in the passing lanes. And remember now, the half court is much bigger because of the impact of the three-point shot. You need size, skill, and activity to be able to guard that far from the basket.
Edmond passes to Collins. Clock at 6. Here's Prince. And he uses the glass on the layup. Prince has got 10 points. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Henson, a screen on Schroeder. Bledsoe dishes to Henson. And John Henson with the slam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Now Dorsey. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Dedmon kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's the screen to the middle. Here's Collins, and Henson sends it back. Bledsoe against Schroeder. Pass to Snell. Bledsoe dishes to Parker. Henson with the screen. And here's Bledsoe. He's got 11. Passes it to Henson. Moves back up. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Dorsey. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Dorsey's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Henson with the screen. Bledsoe kicks to Henson. And slam dunk by Henson. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
The Bucks making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. The Bucks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. You know, Steve, it seems like players are getting more leeway to shoot, but the one thing coaches cannot stand are turnovers. It's been universal, and for the beginning of the game, talk about how you can cut those turnovers down.
I think for a lot of players, they have to come in and really start to go back to study film. That could definitely cut down turnovers. Next, I think it has to be something that really, it hurts you. I think a lot of guys turn it over and they're like, well, we're getting to the next play. You got to turn the basketball over, and that has to hurt you. Then I think also a lot of guys make the simple play. Don't go for the fences. Go for the bunts, the singles, and if a guy is open, just give it to him in stride versus trying to create a play. A lot of guys sometimes over-dribble and overthink, just make the right basketball play.
And keeping your focus, I would think, too, just like in anything in regular life, keeping your focus on something has got to be just imperative.
And communication, you said it right. Focus, communication, that will cut down turnovers.
Here's Dorsey. 6 points for him. Schroeder outside.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that third foul this early.
The Hawks have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. The first free throw is good.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
No good from Bledsoe.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
Prince misses.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Bledsoe with it. 13 points in the game. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Dropping dimes all night. He's been completely locked in.
Unselfish basketball. That'll make you very popular amongst your teammates.
Dishes it to Dorsey. Schroeder against Bledsoe. Collins, a screen on Bledsoe. 6 to shoot. A floater. And it's finished off by Schroeder as he lays it in. Schroeder's got the game tied up here for the Hawks. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He's guarded by Collins.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. He dishes it to Prince. Over Bledsoe. Again, the Hawks score.
The mid-range area, perfect place to use your size advantage.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Henson, a screen on Schroeder to the inside, and slam dunk by Henson. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Zeller, he's checked in for the Bucks. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Atlanta.
And it's gotten to be an arms race around the league as far as player development. Every year, more teams investing in infrastructure. The Hawks no different. They cut the ribbon on a new 90,000 square foot practice facility this season.
Here's Schroeder. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And one thing that's different about the Hawks' new practice facility, it's a joint venture with a couple sports science organizations, including Emory University's entire sports medicine branch.
Yeah, Kevin, it gives the Hawks a competitive edge. No better way to stay on the cutting edge than to share a building with those paving the way.
Jason Terry, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Bledsoe against Schroeder.
And good job they're doing at the line this quarter. They'll need to continue converting those free throws.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany handed the keys as the full-time starter at the point guard in his 4th season.
And with his confidence and competitive spirit, you know, he was chomping at the bit for that opportunity. And you got to love his athleticism coupled with that big play capability. It's just exciting to see how good this young man can become.
And the Hawks making a change here. Delaney's checked in. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. A shot by Middleton, wide open. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Delaney, the pass to Plumlee. Feeds it to Schroeder. That shot misses. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. And now here comes Terry late in the break. Here's the break. With the floater. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, it's not easy to keep up with Schroeder. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Schroeder hits them both.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision-making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
There's the screen. Kicks it to Zeller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. And with Middleton in his decision-making, it's true for both his scoring and his passing.
For the amount he facilitates, he has great efficiency. Low turnovers, solid field goal percentage, and his passing gets better every year.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. It's stolen by Schroeder. Over Bledsoe. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Yeah, I agree. Shot clock doing his thing. He times it out perfectly.
And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Bucks ahead, up by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebounding, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.